Hi, everybody. Welcome to CFL, Haven for the Classic Film Lover. Welcome to my very first posting. Now, I have been a classic film lover for as long as I can remember. Well, maybe not that far back, but for a long time. And I have always enjoyed the classics. Well, it wasn't until about 10 years ago, well, maybe 10 years ago, I had major surgery done. And I was laid up for about 3.5 months. And I decided when I was recovering that I would go on to Facebook to see if there was any other groups or anything that had to deal with classic films. Well, when I went on there, I couldn't find anything. So I decided to start my own. And my group now has about a little over 5,000 members. And we discuss everything, anything about the classics, directors, producers, actors, actresses, whatever you want to discuss. And it's actually a lot of fun. And you know what? I always ask people what they like to see in classic films. And you'd be surprised at how many people come up with the most unusual and wonderful things about the classics. And I also have new members that ask me what classic films to watch, and I tell them, other group members tell them. I learn so much from everyone in my group, and that's what makes being a classic film lover so special, is that everyone has so many different tastes. Everyone has their favorite film, like Gone with the Wind, or The Wizard of Oz, or Mary Poppins. But other people don't like Disney as much as I do. Some love it even more than I do. But there's actually one director that I really, really love. His name was Henry Koster. Now, Henry Koster was married to actress Peggy Moran from 1942 until his death in 1988. Now, when he and Moran first were married, he promised her that from then on, he would put her in every single film that he did. And true to his word, he did. But it's probably not in the way that you might think. Koster commissioned an artist to create a bust of Moran's head. And it was, in fact, in every single movie that he ever made. Now, the most interesting thing about the bust is to try to find out where it is in each film. Usually it's always on a mantelpiece or a piano or a desk. So whenever you're watching one of Koster's films, it's kind of like an Easter egg. And I'm going to show you my favorite films of Koster's, and I'll point out exactly where it is in each scene. And that's what's so great about all of his movies, is trying to find that little Easter egg that he has put in the film. So that's one of the reasons why I love his films so much. In 1947's The Bishop's Wife, when Dudley visits the home of Mrs. Hamilton in an attempt to thaw her icy heart, we follow him into the music room, and there, on the desk, sits the bust. Come to the Stable, released in 1949, is a little more challenging to spot. When Sister Margaret and Sister Scholastica return to the studio of Mrs. Potts after visiting the bishop, there, against the wall, beneath the painting, sits the bust. In 1950's Pulitzer Prize-winning Harvey, the whimsical tale of Elwood P. Dowd and his 6-foot companion, while Dr. Chumley is leaving the parlor of Vita Louise, there, on the end table, is the bust. Rodgers and Hammerstein's 1961 screen adaptation of Flower Drum Song is probably where it's most noticeable. As a guest of Madame Ten Fong while Mei Li is watching television, there, atop the console, sits the bust. In Coster's final film, The Singing Nun from 1966, while Sister Anne, Mother Prioress, and Sister Clooney are in the office of the bishop, there on his credenza sits the bust of Peggy Moran. So there you have it, my favorite films of Henry Coster's and where the bust is located. So tune in next week when I showcase two of the lesser-known films of Walt Disney. The one is The Happiest Millionaire, and the other is The One and Only Genuine Original Family Band. And please, if you know what the unique thing about these two films are, please post it and I'll respond to you. And also, please join my group, Classic Film Lovers, on Facebook. Right now, the banner is Natalie Wood and Ann Gillian singing If Mama Were Married from 1962's Gypsy. So thanks so much. Like the page. Please let me know in the comments which films you would like to have me talk about. And also, if you'd like, please send in videos of your favorite film and we can all discuss them together. So once again, thanks so much for joining my very first posting of CFL, the haven for classic film lovers. Bye, everybody.